What's going on, everybody? I've got a real special treat for y'all in this video. Before we get started though, if you wouldn't mind, hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. So let's go. So my wife is a hairdresser. The other day, she was approached by another hairdresser who asked her if I would be interested in having a drum set. Sure. Apparently, this drum set had been sitting in a garage. It was owned by her mother, who got it back in the 70s. I'm thinking, holy crap, a 1970s drum set? Yeah, I'll take it. For sitting alone in a garage for many, many years, this thing was in great shape. There's no badges or markings on this drum set, which made it really tough for me to find out exactly what this drum set was. So I did some digging around on the internet, and I found that back in the late 60s, early 70s, a lot of drum sets were coming out of Japan. What was fascinating to me is that they all came out of the same factory, the Hoshino factory in Japan, which, if you know anything about TAMA drums, Hoshino is the manufacturing company that makes TAMA drums. So as I'm digging around, I come up with so many different names that this drum set could possibly be. Apollo, Star, Starlight, Zimgar. I reached back out to the owner, and she said back in the day she had a drum head on the front that had the word Kent written on it. So there you go. It's got to be a Kent. So I looked up the badge for a 1970s made in Japan Kent, and lo and behold, there it is, a little circle that sits right over the vent hole that says made in Japan. Nothing more, nothing less. That's all you get. So these drums are really cool though. Now this was a starter kit. So back in the day, they manufactured these drums for students and beginners as an economy drum set that was around $300 for a complete set. Now all the hardware I had to scrap because it was covered in rust and there was really nothing I can do with it. But I did salvage the drums, which I am going to be using for the pre-show at the Carolina Opry. But before I take it out of here, I wanted to put it into my studio, mic it up, and get some really good sound samples for you guys. So let's take an up-close look at these drums. It's got a 20-inch kick drum, a 12-inch rack tom, and a 16-inch floor tom. It also came with a 13-inch rack tom, but I opted out and just decided to go with the 4-piece instead of the 5. It's 9-ply Luan wood with a black diamond pearl wrap, which was very common in the late 60s and early 70s. Now the tom mount that comes out of the kick drum is really weird because the toms literally just slide on. There's only 3 adjustments to it, either flat or slight angle or totally vertical. So I ended up scrapping the tom mount and I put it on a snare drum stand instead. I'm gonna play you guys some samples. Let's go.